There is a general assumption that people always assume in our culture. People always assume that you have seen Star Wars. I have not. I'm somewhat familiar with the memes, and as such I do know a thing or two about the story. I must admit that the concept of Star Wars does sound interesting. And there have been several times in my life that I was about to set out to make plans to maybe watch it. But I never did get around to it. But it has however been brought to my attention that it is necessary for me to make a video about Star Wars. It is believed by this nice YouTube commenter that this is content that would appeal to an American audience. And since this can easily be a sign of God, I cannot ignore this. In fact, I must make rapid progress. George Lucas' Star Wars is about a man named Anakin Skywalker. He grew up in the middle of a desert, and I'm not entirely sure about this, but I believe he lost either one of his parents or both. Either way, he had a very disturbing childhood as far as I know. But he fell in love. He developed feelings for some woman, but that was not allowed by the local superheroes. So his life became even shittier, because he wanted so desperately to sexually reproduce, but he couldn't. I find that very relatable. And then a couple of war-related events happened, and a lot of people died, which probably continued to make poor Anakin even more mentally unstable. Meanwhile, a powerful political figure known as the Senate tries to recruit him into a satanic movement of sorts. Anakin then kills a couple of children, and becomes the Emperor's right-hand man. And somewhere in between he begets 2 children he does not know exist. But what is it that Mr. Lucas wants to tell us with Star Wars? I think Star Wars is most likely a plea for philosophical pessimism. Lucas gives us a protagonist who is not only a protagonist, but also a bad person. But not only is he a bad person, he's also a hero of sorts. Lucas essentially blurs the lines between heroism and villainy. Heroism and villainy are really just one and the same. It's all a matter of circumstance. The Jedi, the magical superheroes of the Star Wars universe, are only heroes because that is what they were recruited to be. In reality, they are not truly virtuous inherently. We can know this because of their blind spot. They forbid romantic love, which is not only stupid, but also immoral. But they follow this tradition mindlessly without considering the consequences, with their own demise as a result. It is only logical to assume that if the Jedi follow evil traditions without second thought, then the righteous traditions that they follow are likely also followed without a second thought. And that means that the righteousness of the Jedi is entirely circumstantial. What I mean by that is that the Jedi only seem to be good people because they are raised in an environment that made them good people. They're not good because they have some sort of soul that is more pure or something. It seems to me that George Lucas is rejecting this idea. But in all honesty, I have no idea if this really is the case. I'm just making this up. As I said, I've never seen Star Wars. In fact, I don't even really care about Star Wars. In fact, I think lightsabers are really dumb weapons. And I also don't like planets. So I guess that's all I got to say about Star Wars. I know it's not much, but I hope you appreciate my effort. I hope this video inspires you to question your views on morality or something. You may find that you, just like the Jedi, have, by complete accident, beliefs that are immoral. Because you may be a decent person, but if your righteousness is merely circumstantial, merely the result of your circumstances, you may find that you have massive blind spots within your moral framework.